Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have an exciting video for you guys. I've been wanting to do this video for such a long time now, so I'm finally able to get around to it. I'm still deciding whether to just make this a full-on foundation video or mix it with foundation, concealer, primers. Actually, okay, you know what? No, we're just gonna do foundations because I have a ton of foundations, and then my next video will be concealers and primers. So I have a wide range of foundations, from drugstore to high-end. So I'm trying to see real quick. So I'm gonna just dedicate this video to drugstore foundations, and then my next video will be high-end foundations because I don't want to kind of just throw everything at you guys. So I think this way it will be a little better. Just give me 1 second and I will be right back. So let's get started. So for the first foundation, probably my favorite foundation at the drugstore is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Anyways, my all-time favorite drugstore foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I am in the shade 105. I freaking love this foundation, you guys. This foundation has literally been my ride or die since it came out. I was so afraid that it was going to be too matte, but it's like the perfect matte for my face. Now you guys know I always love a matte foundation just because I am more on the oily side, which actually right now I'm more on the dry side, believe it or not. Maybe it's the season, I don't know, maybe it's like the new medication, my new skincare, but I am more on the dry side. But I still love this foundation only because even though I am on the dry side, this is still my #1 go-to foundation. It doesn't dry down completely, so it doesn't leave you like as if you were like super dry. It doesn't leave you completely matte, which is what I love so much about this product, you guys. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I am in the shade 105. I might be a little darker right now. I haven't used this foundation in a while. I've been trying out new foundations. So this is what it looks like, and it just dries down, and it blends out so easily. And what I love about it, it doesn't dry down quickly because I tend to just kind of put the foundation all over my face and then I blend it out, so like the foundation on my forehead is what stays on like the longest without being blended out while I do my rest of the face. The other foundation, which is when I want like more of a natural finish, not so much of a matte finish or a dewy finish, I just want like a natural looking finish and like a lightweight foundation, I go in with the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, which is just the regular like the L'Oreal. I don't know if you guys can hear her chewing in the background, but it's my dog chewing on some bone. It's the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. Now this foundation is really good. It's super lightweight, which is what I love about it. I have so many shades of these just because I used to work with L'Oreal and I have them as testers. But it's so lightweight, it feels like literally you have no foundation on, and that's what I love most about it. This shade is a little too dark for me right now. As you can tell, I'm pretty pale right now. But this is also a really good foundation. There are times where I actually mix these two together, and I really like the coverage of it. It's still full coverage, which is what I love, but it's not as, because this can be a little heavy on your face, on your skin, depending on how much you put on it. I do tend to put on a lot because I like that full coverage foundation, but mixing it with this kind of cancels that out, so it's like the perfect combination. I do know a lot of people tend to mix this one with the Maybelline Pro Matte Foundation, which is also a great foundation. It's one of my favorites, but I don't have it with me. I've completely ran out and I haven't bought any just because like I said, I'm buying a lot more of, like, I'm trying out more foundations out there. The CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. I really like this foundation when I'm tan, when I'm super tan, because other than that I don't feel like I can find like the perfect shade for my skin tone. I feel like I'm in between, but this is like the perfect shade for me when I'm tan. Now I don't self tan, so I pretty much only use this in the summer, but it is such a great foundation, you guys. It's very full coverage, which is what I like. So like I was saying, this foundation is very, very full coverage, and that's what I like. I like that full coverage look because I have so much redness on my forehead and around my cheek area. So this is such a great foundation for that. And just the formula of it, it's really, really nice. And there is SPF on here, but I've never had a problem with it having flashback in photography. So I think that's another great benefit out of this foundation. I know a lot of people did enjoy this foundation. I definitely enjoyed it, and I still have it. I will probably buy a new one soon though, because I don't know when this expires and I don't know where to check for when this expires, but I did have it for, I've had it for a while. So it doesn't tell me here when it expires, but I will definitely be picking up a new one once the summer hits and I get tan again. I don't feel like it's a certain foundation that just goes for people with oily skin or people with dry skin. I feel like it's a good foundation for any kind of skin. It doesn't cling onto any dry patches, because I do tend to have a lot of dry patches on my face. So it doesn't tend to cling onto dry patches, and it doesn't make me oily. So like I can wear this out throughout the whole entire day and I won't get oily at all, which is what I love, as long as you bake, of course, or you set it with powder. I've never actually tried it without setting it with powder, so I wouldn't know if it gets oily during the day without powder. So the next foundation is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. And I know this is an all-time favorite of a lot of people, just because it is a great foundation. The coverage is amazing. So it does come out a little thick from the bottle, but once you blend it out, it's such a beautiful finish. And you guys, this is probably the foundation that lasts me the, oh my god, I can't even speak. This is a foundation that probably lasts me the longest throughout the day. The first time I tried this after my friend Michelle reviewed it on here on YouTube. I'll link her review down below. She tried it out and she said it was an amazing foundation, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get it, I'm gonna try it out. And I got it, and you guys, I fell in love immediately. I wore it, I put it on in the morning, like around 8 in the morning. Yeah, 8 in the morning, and then I didn't get home till like 6 or 7 at night, and my face still looked flawless. So that's why I always keep one of these in my makeup drawers, just because when I do want that full coverage all day long foundation, I pull this out every single time when I go to like events, or when I go to like a party, or just anywhere where I'm gonna be out all day. If I go to the zoo, if I go to the park, or if I go to like the amusement park, that's the foundation I go to, because I know it's not going to let me down and it's going to stay on my face all day long. So the next foundation is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and this again is in my tan shade. I can never ever find like a shade that matches me perfectly when I'm not tan. So this is another foundation that I use only pretty much in the summer when I am tan. And I really like this coverage as well. It lasts a pretty long time. So it does last a pretty long time. It doesn't last me all day long, but I know it's a really good foundation. It stays, it doesn't move. And that's what I love about all of these foundations, you guys. They don't move. You know, like when you're using them with different products, some foundations do tend to move around. But these foundations are really good, and they don't move around when you're when you're doing your contour, your bronzer, your highlight, your concealer. The foundation doesn't break and move, and that's what I love about these foundations. So this foundation, of course, full coverage, of course. I mean, none of these foundations are going to be light to medium coverage, just because that's not what I like. There's something in my eye. Even when it's more like a natural makeup day, I still like to have a full coverage foundation with the most minimal makeup on top of it. That's what I consider my kind of everyday minimal makeup look, but it's still always full coverage foundation, and that's what I love about this. And you know what, the scent, actually I love the scent of this foundation. It reminds me of oatmeal. I don't know, It's just, I'm weird. So this foundation is somewhat thick. I'm not a huge fan of the applicator though, to be quite honest with you. I really like those. See, this is, it's like a spatula and I don't really like that. If it had like a doe foot applicator, then maybe it would be better. But the spatula just doesn't, it's not really convenient for me, and I feel like it gets really, really messy. I like more of a pump or the squeezy tubes. See, and like this one, I don't like that much either because it's not, it doesn't have either a pump or a squeezy tube and you just dump it out. And I feel like with these type of foundations, you tend to use more product than you want. Like more product comes out than what you want, and you don't really have much control over that because of the type of packaging it has. Oh my god, I'm like losing my breath. So the last foundation I have, oh no wait, not the last foundation, well it is actually the last foundation I have, is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. Now I did just review this. I know in my video, at the end of it, I wasn't too sure about it because I didn't set my face. I didn't set my nose with powder, and I know that was the problem. It wasn't the foundation. It wasn't that the foundation didn't work for me. It was just that I forgot to do a very important step in my routine, which is set my foundation, and I didn't do that. So I kind of figured that's why this foundation didn't really work for me that day. I mean, the only area that I had a problem with it was around my nose, and that is because I didn't set my nose. And you guys know, if you guys have seen my other videos, you guys know I always have to set my foundation, or else my nose looks like a complete disaster like 2-3 hours later. But I really, really like the coverage of this foundation. It is a matte foundation, but I don't feel like it dries you down completely matte. It's like a semi-matte foundation, semi-matte formula. So it's not super drying, and it's not super like it's gonna leave you oily. It has like that perfect amount of hydration that like gives your, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not super drying, and that's what I really love about this foundation. I've actually really enjoyed all of Maybelline's foundations, except I believe, no, I haven't tried the cushion foundation that they have, but I have tried like the mousse foundation and I think it's called the Dream line, like Dream Mousse or something like that. But I have tried those foundations. That is the first foundation I have ever tried in my life. First foundation I tried in high school. Best believe, like, my mom used to kill me because I would wear makeup all the time. My mom used to get so mad at me when I would wear makeup. I started off with eyeliner and mascara in middle school, and I would always wash it off before my mom picked me up. And I remember one day I totally forgot to take it off, and she flipped out on me, you guys. Oh my gosh, she got so mad. But I guess after that day she kind of realized, you know, I'm growing up, so I might as well like let my daughter do what she wants when it comes to like wearing makeup. So I gradually started wearing more makeup throughout the years, and now it's like an obsession. So yeah, so those were all the foundations. So I do have one BB cream that I've actually been freaking loving lately. So lately I haven't really been wearing a lot of makeup. I only wear makeup kind of when I film, but I still do my makeup. I just don't wear like a heavy foundation or a heavy foundation like these. I've been using the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream, and this is for oily skin, of course, you guys already know. And this is in the shade 540, which is medium, and surprisingly this matches my skin tone perfectly. I love this foundation because it is full coverage, so it covers up all the redness that I need. It covers up all the redness that I really needed to cover, but it doesn't feel heavy. It's very lightweight, and I love it. And it mixes in really well with like my concealer and all that stuff. Like, it doesn't move. And I think I've never tried a BB cream or a CC cream until I tried this one. I do have another one, I believe it's from Maybelline. Yeah, so this is the first BB cream I've ever tried, and I actually really like the coverage. Whew. And it blends it. Oh my god, I can't speak. And it blends out really nicely. So yeah, This is a good BB cream. I've actually been wanting to try more BB creams lately just because I've been having a lot of issues with my skin. Anyways, you guys, I'm just going to cut it here because he is hungry. But this is a great BB cream if you are looking for a BB cream to try out. I do definitely want to try out more BB creams. Okay. That is all for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Connor! And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye, guys.